welcome to our April ISCD info session. My name's Charlotte Lantai. I'm the Student Enrollment Advisor here at ISCD. And thank you so much for taking time out of your night and your day to join us here today. While we wait for a few people to log in, how about you type in the live chat there where you're tuning in from? So I'm tuning in from Sydney. Can I get some people to write in where you're tuning in from, which city? So anyone from Melbourne or where you're tuning in from? It's pretty quiet. Don't be shy, guys. We got Sydney. Vivian is from Singapore. Wow. Got Melbourne. Great. Another Melbourne, Perth. Thanks, Cellina. Another Sydney sider. Great. It's already dark here in Sydney. Gosh. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. We've got quite a mix of people from all over. Wonderful. Great. So welcome, everyone. It's lovely to have you here, as I said. So let's make a start. We've got lots of things to cover today. My name's Charlotte, and I'm one of the Student Enrollment Advisors here at ISCD, based in Sydney. I'd love to introduce you to a couple of special guests we have joining us today. Firstly is Cellina, who is the Senior Account Manager at Programa. Say hi, Cellina.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Great, thank you. I'd like to also introduce you to one of our graduates, Elinore English. Say hi, Elinore.
Hello, everyone.
Beautiful. And finally, Lee, who's part of our team at ISCD, and she'll be helping out with any questions you may have during the presentation. So she'll be helping out with the Q&A at the end. Say hi, Lee.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. Charlotte, did you want me to just take everyone through a little bit of housekeeping?
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Awesome. So on the live chat, make sure, everyone, if you would like to put your amazing questions in here, we are very happy and we encourage you to do so. Please put them into the chat section and not the Q&A section. So that's the first thing. The second thing we please ask you to do is toggle at the bottom where it says to, if you can put it to say everyone. That just means we won't be doubling up on any questions. When you type your question in, let us know who that question is for. So if it's a question for Cellina, then just say da-da-da-da-da for Cellina. And then that way I will be keeping them all for the Q&A at the end of our session, and we'll get all of your burning questions answered within this time. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks very much, Cellina, Elinore. Thank you, Lee. We'll see you towards the end. So in the spirit of reconciliation, ISCD acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea and community. We pay our respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So in today's session, I will give you a brief overview of ISCD, including our industry connections and educators. Then I will deep dive into the courses that we offer here at ISCD. After that, I will talk about the software that we teach in the course and invite Cellina to give us a short demo about the software Programa. I will then invite Elinore English, an ISCD graduate, to talk about her experience using Programa in the course and how she has developed her career as an interior designer. Feel free to ask any questions in the live chat, just pop them in there and we'll answer them at the end. So firstly, I'm going to run through the courses and a little bit about ISCD. So we're very proud to say that since opening our doors 40 years ago, ISCD has helped over 5,700 alumni to realise their creative potential and become part of this growing industry. Because here at ISCD, we are dedicated to delivering quality training and an authentic online experience to help you achieve your goals. Over the 40 years, we've connected with many industry partners. Some of the examples are here. These partnerships allow our students to step into the design world. This may be through an online masterclass, such as from Dulux, a professional industry excursion, whether it be in person or online, or a placement program. I just want to point your attention to Bowerbird Interiors, who we've got a special partnership with. As part of the diploma course, if you wanted to, you can actually apply for an internship at Bowerbird Interiors, which is a 4 to 6 week program. If you're interested for more information, I'll get Lee to pop that in the chat there, and feel free to talk to me about it afterwards. But it's a fantastic opportunity. The course would not be the same without having these amazing, talented, and dedicated educators. They're all active professionals in the industry with their own successful businesses. I'll point you to Gabby, who's our education manager. She's had about 20 years experience in the industry. They all have a deep passion for design, a wealth of first-hand experience, and the willingness to share and impart their knowledge. Their goal as your educators is to create an engaging and enriching study experience and to give you all the tools necessary for you to succeed out in the design industry. They are there to support you throughout your student journey with discussion forums. There's assessment forums as well. You can reach out to them directly by one-on-one consult, whether it be by call or email as well. Now on to our courses. So we have in our curriculum, we have 2 nationally accredited courses, the Diploma of Interior Design and the Certificate for in Interior Decoration, as well as our micro credentials. These are all 100% online. They have been designed and developed with our Creative Technology Collaborators, AIT, so you can be confident you'll complete the most relevant interior design in Australia today. We offer highly specialized courses in interior design that are relevant to the industry and make you job ready. And with these courses, there's no experience necessary. So if you've got a completely different background in business or law, we actually teach from the beginner level. So you are welcome to come to the course. There's very minimal entry requirements, which I'll go through in just a minute. So the Diploma of Interior Design, this course, basically, you can enroll any Monday of the year. So every Monday, we get new students coming to join the course. The course duration is 18 months, and it covers 8 subjects altogether, with about 2 to 5 units per subject. The study commitment's about 12 to 16 hours to get through all the coursework and the assessments. And mind you, this is self-paced, so you don't have to attend any live webinars. You can study in the morning and the afternoon, whenever it suits you. So it really works very well to work around your work commitments and family commitments. And there's no need to travel to the campus. There's no books and things that you need. All you need is a good internet connection and enough graphics card, and you're set to go. The price is $15,800 for the course, and that actually includes all the subscriptions to the software. We teach you 5 software programs in the course, so that price includes that, all the subscriptions. The payment options, you can actually pay by study block or month on month. Also, the VSL loan is an option. It's a government loan similar to Fee Help or HEX. The minimum age is 17 years old and no experience is necessary. So the only requirement we ask is to write a 300-word design ethos statement that describes your passion for interior design, why you'd like to study it. And then we check that and just a bit of photo ID, and then you're set to go. If you'd like to apply for the VSL loan, however, we'll need certified documents of your photo ID and academic completion as well. Okay, so here's a visual representation of the course. You'll see there are 4 study blocks of 2 subjects each. Each study block is 18 weeks, and each subject itself is 9 weeks long, with 3 assessments per subject. So you'll roughly spend 12 to 16 hours to get through all that coursework, and all the assessments are submitted online. These assessments actually are fantastic to actually pull together as part of your portfolio at the end. They can be a mood board, it could be a technical drawing, a floor plan. The assessments really vary according to the subject. And between each study block, you'll see there's a 2-week break as well. So it just gives you the chance to decompose, finish off assessments, go away with the kids. So you've got that break there as well. I'd just like to point out the first 2 subjects, the design and color and design practice, those 2 can be taken as a micro credential. So if you just want to do interior design as a hobby, or you're not ready to commit to the full diploma, you can take a standalone subject called a micro credential, which is essentially the design and color subject on its own, or design practice. Design and color focuses on color schemes, interior and exterior. Design practice is if you want to set up your own interior design business and you want to learn about ethics and compliance. It's a fantastic course for existing interior designers to do. Those courses are 9 weeks and they're $1,990. Okay. And in terms of job outcomes, a lot of our graduates have started their own businesses in interior design. Some examples are Chantel Traficante, who owns Benikesh Designs, and Cara from the block. I'm not sure if you saw Cara, but she appeared on the block and she studied our Cert 4 course, and she now has an amazing business with her partner, Kyle. So the business is Kyle and Cara if you want to check it out. As I mentioned, our second subject does actually teach you how to set up your own business. So this will be a really good platform for you to learn how to do that and make a living out of it. Other people are working in related fields that they love. For example, as a visual merchandiser, working for a builder, working for a supplier, a real estate firm. You can watch previous videos on our YouTube channel. Actually, the last one in January, if Lee can pop in the chat, there was a really great session with some of our graduates, and you'll see what kind of jobs they got. A few job outcomes you can see pictured here: residential interior designer. You can work as an interior decorator, real estate stylist, soft furnishing consultant, or color consultant. We also have a job board on our website, so you can have a look at recent listings of job vacancies in the industry. Now, on to our Cert 4 course. This is exactly half the duration and the cost of the diploma. The differences are the Cert 4 here looks at interior decoration. It looks at the aesthetics of a space, the spatial orientation, the soft furnishings. The diploma is a little bit more technical. You're looking at renovating, knocking down walls, how to remodel a space. So if you wanted to maybe work for a real estate stylist or just be a color or soft furnishing consultant, it would be enough to do the Cert 4, which is a 9-month course, and the intake is every Monday. Price-wise, it's $7,900, which includes all the software, and the payment options are upfront, or you can pay via installments. No VSL loan for this course, mind you. And the minimal age is 16 years old, and the entry requirements is similar to the diploma. You just need a design ethos statement, 300 words to describe your passion for interior design. And here you'll see the visual representation of what the Cert 4 looks like in terms of the study blocks. So there are 4 subjects in there. It might not look like much, but there are 2 to 5 units per subject, so it's clustered there. For more information, there's a detailed listing and description on our website. But similarly to the diploma, each subject is 9 weeks long with 3 assessments, which are submitted online, and these become portfolio works, and each study block is 18 weeks. And each subject is 9 weeks long. Likewise, the first 2 subjects can be taken as a micro-credential if you just wanted to start slowly. Otherwise, it's nice to do the whole course in succession. In terms of job outcomes, you can become an interior decorator or stylist, soft furnishing, color consultant. There's a lot of different avenues, and it's really good to keep an open mind because there's really a lot of different types of jobs and a lot of variety of job as well. I just want to make a quick note about this particular slide. We've got Elinore English, who's just about to talk to us. This is her beautiful work. Thank you so much for showcasing that. So this is the kind of work that students will be able to create in the course. So I've already mentioned the micro-credentials a couple of times, but just to let you know that the micro-credential is accredited. So if you do that course and you still want to do the Cert 4, you can get credit into that or the diploma. It's really good if you're a practicing designer, you want to upskill. Say if you just want to start it as a hobby, you just want to start small, or you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you can start off with the design color one, the very first one. So we are developing other subjects as micro-credential courses, so just keep looking at our website. We'll be adding a few more on there. Price-wise for this one's $1,990, and it goes for 9 weeks. Okay. So onto our software. One of the things that we love about our courses is that it has a real technology focus. So we add in a lot of software. These are the skills that you need as an interior designer. Just like a handyman needs his tools, like his spanner and his screwdriver, Same thing for interior designers. They need this toolkit. So in the Cert 4, you'll see in the first 2 blocks, we teach you Photoshop and InDesign and SketchUp and Programmer. And this is about 1.2K worth of software included in the course. In the diploma, you will learn that plus AutoCAD, which is used for floor plans, and V-Ray for SketchUp, which adds special effects like lighting effects into your work. I want to pay special attention to Programmer. This is a software program specifically designed for interior designers. It will organize everything for you on a project, from schedules to quotes, and we are very excited to be collaborating with Programmer, and we are actually the only school in Australia that offers this program to students. It's basically a project management tool and a collaboration software for interior designers and architects. So this is perfect timing to introduce Cellina, who's actually the Senior Account Manager at Programmer. I'll read her bio before we invite her on. So Cellina, with more than 20 years industry experience in large design studios, Cellina joined the team at Programmer in 2022. Originally, she found the platform whilst looking for an industry-specific software when she founded her own studio in 2020 and just loved it. Since joining the team at Programmer, she has played an active role in onboarding and training interior designers, architects, and studios from all over the world, and assisting them to maximize their experience, workflow, and productivity on the platform. Additionally, she is involved in the future direction and development of new features and tools as Programmer continues to evolve and grow. So I'll ask Cellina to come on.
Thanks
Hi,
so much for
Cellina.
the intro. That was lovely. Thanks,
Thank you.
Charlotte.
My pleasure. So I'll stop sharing. You can go ahead.
Lovely to meet you all today. As said, Programmer was designed for interior designers by interior designers. So I think that's probably the difference in our software. And everyone that you speak to or deal with through Programmer is in the design field. So you're getting that expert advice every step of the way. So today I thought the quickest and easiest thing I could show you in 10 minutes is how to create a brand new project from scratch. Super simple. All you need to do is click on Create New Project, and it will take you to set up your project. So please do excuse me, I do have autofill on, so it helps me make adding information a lot easier. So I've popped in my address, I'm selecting my project type, it's single residential. I do have the option to change currencies as well, but when you set up your account, you set your default country and that will have the correct measurements and currency for that country. However, if you're doing an offshore project, for instance, and need to pop it into another currency, you can. You can add a really nice cover image as well. So this is internal only, so it doesn't share with anyone else. It just helps you differentiate your projects on the dashboard. So I'm just going to grab one from here and upload that. Will take a second to load depending on the size of the image, and probably because I've always got way too many tabs open. That's an interior designer fallback, 50 tabs open to do the job. So you then have the option to fit this to your frame and crop. Add a brief description about your project if you'd like to, and then add any members of your team if you're in a studio environment, and then most importantly, add your new project. So once that's done and added, my next step would be to set up my client dashboard. So the client dashboard is a way for you to share in one space with your clients and external stakeholders that are involved in your project. So this means you don't have to rely on lots of attachment heavy emails. You don't have to worry about somebody deleting something. It will all be here and available. So I'm going to hit client dashboard in my tab. Here I'm going to upload a really nice cover image. Let's select this one. Again, it might take a second or to load, and while we're waiting, we have a shared files area. Now, this is super helpful. You can upload all sorts of file types here. So whether it's a 3D render walkthrough, whether it's a PDF of your actual invoice, whether it's a an Excel spreadsheet, you can add all of those different sorts of file types here. Now, there is a file type limit of 200 megabytes per file, but you can compress anything that's over that into a zip folder, and you can add as many different file types as you like, all into that one spot for your client. There we go. So that's added that PDF in there for me. So we've got our client dashboard and our project set up. Let's now start creating our very first pinboard presentation. So if you click into your project, you'll find that you have 3 default files: an untitled schedule, an untitled pinboard, and an untitled board. Boards are generally used to manage your tasks and track your time. Schedules are for doing all of your documentation, and pinboards for creating your presentation. So I'm going to click into Untitled Pinboard, and I'm going to rename this. And let's make it Concept Design. For Belgrave Street. From here, we can start adding as many sections as we like and calling them whatever we like. So this one, I don't want to add a title here. I'm going to upload my logo. So I've got this saved in my image library already, so I can import from an image library. I've tagged it logo. It's going to filter out all of the logo images in my image library, and I can just select and drop that straight into my presentation, and then hover and select full width of the page to center it. From here, I can create new sections and rename them. So let's make this one Look and Feel Imagery. So you're not actually agonizing over font types and styles. You can easily add as many sections as you like. Let's make this one Scheme. And let's make this one Floor Plans. So we've got our sections set up. And now we can start importing our imagery. Now, one of the benefits of Programmer is every image you add into one of our pinboard presentations automatically syncs into your own studio image library. So you'll never lose an image again. You won't be trying to reverse Google image search to find something. And we have a couple of nifty little tools to help you. So we do have a Pinterest integration. So you can hover on any section, click on the plus button and add from Pinterest, head to your Pinterest board and copy and paste the URL and pop that into Programmer and hit enter. Now, a couple of quick tips: it needs to be a public board to import your images. And if your board has sections or more than 50 images, you'll want to add those using our clipping tool rather than the integration. So I'm going to go ahead and select some images to add in here. I've got a really nice one of a bench that I'd like to add in. That's now importing my imagery in. And before I start resizing and working on my layout, I've also got an image that I'd like to add from this particular site using our web clipping tool, which is a Google Chrome extension. You download it, pin it to your toolbar, and you can capture images and information from any website anywhere in the world. So I'm going to select Clip to Pinboard. It image scrapes further down the page, so all of the images that aren't currently able to be viewed. And you can either right-click, which works on most websites, or use our snipping tool, or alternatively, just clip the image this way. Add a note for your client. Sweet, inspo. It captures the link to the image for you. So again, you'll never lose that image again. And you can also tag here, which I do highly suggest tagging so that you're able to locate images that you'd like to within your image library without having to scroll through. And then you just clip, select your project, select which board it's going to, and then which one of your sections. Little green tick of success means that's now been added. And if I give my pinboard a quick refresh, you can see that it's added all of those images. I'm going to make this one a little bit of a hero shot. So let's pop that up the top and hover on it and make it half a page size. You can see here it's captured the link and my notes and the tag that I added to it. From here, I can now start playing around with these images, getting them into the location that I want them to, and then resizing them. So we have a little crop tool here, which you can use to align your images. It has a line guide as well and a spacer. So we can make these nice and neat and aligned. Maybe pull that one down a bit. Hit your little tick button. This one into alignment as well. So instead of having to resize everything outside of our platform, you can resize it in our platform. Obviously, we don't want these ugly notes here, so let's get rid of those. Take that from the top. And then I might just, again, realign this by cropping from the bottom as well. So I've created this beautiful look and feel section in a matter of minutes. You can also add from your own product library, which you build up. So you only ever have to add a product or an image once, and you will have it saved to use again and again. So import from product library. I'm going to search by product name paint. This is going to show all of the different paint finishes that I've already got saved, which I can then select and drop into my scheme. I can move these around as well to change the order that they're appearing in. And I can also import from my own files. So add from my own files. Now with floor plans and drawings, you will need to change these to a JPEG or a PNG to add them in to your project. So I've got floor plan that I've converted here. So let's add that one. And again, you can resize these to fit nicely on the page. So it's come through as a quarter page. You can make that a half page. And we can add the other half of this pigeon pear here, which is super easy as well. So let's go Kevin and open, and we'll resize that one too. So your sharing options are live, and part of the reason we went with live sharing options is every time you need to make a minor change to a presentation, you need to export it, repackage it up, pop a revision number on it. This way it's always live and you're not continuously exporting and creating revisions. So we're going to go to our share button here and publish to our client dashboard. Add our client's email address in and select add. Once we've done that, we can choose whether or not we're going to share the URL links because they might contain sensitive information. Once you've added your client, it triggers an email notification to them, letting them know that they have a new pinboard in their client dashboard. You can, sorry, I always click on that button by mistake, which takes you to our help center, which we don't need to do. You can add a cover image here as well. Your clients will see this too, so choose a product specific one. And again, apologies while it takes a moment to load. You also have the option to publish to the web. So the difference between the two, I would say publish to the web is something that you would use if you were sending it to an external consultant or maybe a trade, for instance, and you didn't want them to have access to the dashboard. So in that case, you would publish to the web, copy this link to the clipboard, preview it before you send it, and email it across. And again, it's always live. If you need to make changes and you'd prefer that your client didn't have access, you can just toggle these both off, make your changes, and when you're ready for them to have a live access again, just toggle those on. So that is pinboards. Schedules are really the hero of our platform, and we're constantly refining them. So this is a brand new schedule. You can set them out any way you like. It can be via product category, finish, room, or space. And from here, I'm going to rename this schedule, and let's rename this one materials and finishes. and finishes. I got nails for a special event and now I can't type anything. So save. That's retitled my schedule and now I can start retitling my sections. So depending on what I'd like them to be or what order I'd like them to be in, I'm going to make this one floor finishes. Create a new one and call it wall finishes. And let's create another new section here and call it, even though it should actually be in a fixtures and fittings, let's call it showers and tapware. So I've got my 3 new sections. I'm going to delete this placeholder item here because we don't need that. And then from here, I can start using multiple different avenues to add products to my schedule. So we have the product library. So I'm going to add this new product from my product library into my floor finishes section. It's going to bring up products in my library and I can add in what sort of product I'm looking for. Let's go timber flooring. This is going to have all of your suggestions of product that is already in your library. You can hover on each item and you'll be able to see measurements, or you can click and go into the 3 dots and view this in a more granular fashion. Apologies, that's my puppy in the background. You can load more library results. It will also, offer up my variants in our trade portal. So trade portal is Australian suppliers that have added their product range to our range, and you can click and add variants in here. So importantly, let's just add an item. That's dropped it in with all of that lovely saved information. And then from here, I can then change locations, for instance. Let's make this in the main floor throughout. Add a doc code to it. So let's make this floor covering 01. All of my lovely information is in here. And then from here, I can start adding additional items using my web clipper. So from here, I've gone to a supplier website. I find this a really good one for demonstrating the clipper. I can launch my clipper here and then start clipping my product information in. So let's grab some images. I can clip up to 4 images here so I can add a nice lifestyle shot. And maybe a line drawing as well. And then you simply capture your information using your mouse by highlighting. So our product name is, description is a kitchen mixer. Our product name is Elysian Commercial Pullout. Our finish is brushed. Our material is gunmetal. Sorry, our color is gunmetal. Our SKU code. So you can accurately capture everything you need to. Trade pricing and retail pricing if it's available on the website. Capture any pertinent notes, so I can grab all of this and drop it straight into a note. And then further on down the page, I have additional spec information. So in specifications, I can capture the brand information. I can also capture material, add in the height. And here's one of my absolute favorite things that I can do in Programmer is capture technical data information that I'd normally have to download, save, and upload into a Dropbox. So I can click on the attachments button plus and click on the download to upload those product attachments and information sheets. You can also type in manually and add a lead time. And then just simply clip, select your project, select which schedule it's going to and which section. Little green tick of success, hooray, that's in there. I can now also clip this into my product library so it's saved for use further down the track. So if we head back in to our schedule, there is our shower and tapware section with our kitchen mixer added. I can crop the image if it's too large or too small for the frame. Add in my supplier. They're already in my address book, so I only ever have to add them once and add them in that way. I can look in the more detailed view of the product. In this view, I can see the images that I've added, all of that lovely information that I've clicked. I have the ability to, from here, go straight back to that supplier's website using this URL, and also add any important notes, internal notes, any custom specifications. So for instance, if I was actually having this in a custom finish, in a powder coat, I can add that information in, and that will auto save. I can download a detailed product specification sheet from here as well. And here is a preview of what that would look like. So it has all of your imagery, notes, specs, custom specs, and supplier contact information. I can also add change notes and get approvals from my clients. I have multiple sharing options. I can export as a PDF, an Excel spreadsheet, or alternatively share to that client dashboard space and select a customized level of access. So I can choose different access for each person. If I don't want them to see supplier information or brand information, I can leave those turned off, but they can view pricing, product detail, and approve as well. So I'm going to copy this dashboard link. Again, my client will have received an email notification. We can also pop in here and do some financials. So I'm going to choose an ad markup model. I'm going to add in a recommended retail price of, let's say, $149. I get a trade discount of 20%. That will automatically calculate my trade price for me, pop in my quantity, and then from here, add a markup. This will then auto-calculate my client price, my profit, and any savings the client's making off the retail price. You can also reverse engineer this. So if I want to share a little bit more of my discount with my client, so 10% of my 20%, again, it's going to recalculate all of those fields around you. You can also just choose a profit amount that you'd like to make. So I'm ready to get my client to review these. So I'm going to select both of these items and go to my action button, change the status of those to client review. And now, apologies, my puppy is going crazy and I can't go downstairs to let her out. Okay, so here I am in my beautiful dashboard space. This is where your schedules will appear, your pinboards will appear, and any of those shared files. You can see that this one has feedback required. And so my client now has the ability to approve and give me feedback on these products. It's showing the total cost of the goods and a breakdown per space, section, or category. So they can reject or approve from this summary view. So I'm going to just reject this item and say I would prefer, typing, would prefer something lighter. And there's my feedback in. I can also look at this in a beautiful card-based view and reject or approve from here, or choose to go and look at more detail on the product where I can see that additional imagery, all of the notes, the specs, custom specs, and download attachments. Reject or approve from here, and it will take me along to the next detailed view. Or alternatively, I've got the option to approve all or reject all.
Beautiful. It sounds amazing, Cellina. It's so easy to use, very organized.
Yes, I'm going to
Amazing.
apologize in advance for my puppy. She is going crazy because an unexpected guest has arrived at my home and she hasn't seen that person for a long time. So apologies. Next time I'll make sure she's outside.
Oh, thank you so much, Cellina. That was amazing. Just in the interest of time, I'd like to invite Elinore up, but we will have, I'm sure we'll have a lot of questions. So guys, keep the questions coming, and yeah, maybe we can contact you later on somehow if we have some more tutorials. So thank you so much. I'm going to just share my screen, everyone, and just let you know about Elinore, our next guest, who's an ISCD graduate. So I'm going to read a quick bio from her. Originally from Coffs Harbour, Elinore moved to Newcastle, New South Wales to follow her passion for design and creativity. She completed a Bachelor of Design in Architecture and has been working in the industry for 3 years at a local architectural firm. This grew her passion for all things design, leading her to enroll into the Diploma of Interior Design at ISCD. She has enjoyed experimenting with new software and expanding her knowledge and creativity within interiors. So here she is, Elinore. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'll let you talk about this beautiful slide and your work that you've done with Programmer.
Great, thank you, Charlotte, and hello, everyone. So today I'm just going to show a few slides of the work I've created with Programmer and just about my learning experience at ISCD. So I'm actually currently enrolled in the Diploma of Interior Design, and I've been studying for about a year now. I've really enjoyed getting to experiment and learn new softwares that have helped me advance in my current job role as an architectural assistant. I've learned how to produce mood boards, concept boards, and technical drawings, as well as creative design techniques. So today I'm just going to show a few slides of some previous assignments I've created and what I've been able to create using the Programmer software. Next slide, please, Charlotte. So in this assessment, I was tasked with designing the interiors for a living space, master bedroom, and an office space for a residential home. For this assessment, I had to create a series of mood boards, concept boards, and technical drawings. So I've used Programmer for both of these boards shown. This allowed me to highlight the key design ideas I wanted to portray and how I wanted the space to feel through inspiration images. Creating mood and concept boards is a key factor when designing a space and is common practice in the industry before beginning any technical drawings. Using Programmer has allowed me to refine my technique and create clean and aesthetic boards that I can share with my clients and also add to my growing portfolio. These visual boards become very important when designing, as many clients are drawn to graphic presentations, and these can help to easily portray concepts and design ideas. As you can see, the first mood board on the left allowed me to show how I wanted this space to feel, while the second board allowed me to experiment with colours and furniture selections to highlight functional elements within the space. Working as an architectural assistant, these are something I create regularly. So I've found Programmer very valuable in both study and work. ISCD has helped me to learn new presentation techniques using Programmer, allowing me to experiment more with my style as a designer. Next slide, please. When completing assessments at ISCD, we often use Pinterest to gather inspiration images when beginning our assignments. So with Programmer, you have the ability to link both platforms seamlessly, saving time when producing these boards. This feature has been extremely helpful to me as I like to play around with different compositions and images, switching out images directly from Pinterest to create a more streamlined workflow and allowing me more time to experiment with concepts and design ideas. The design for this master bedroom was to create a calm and textured space. To experiment with this, I played with Programmer by adding different images to boards and easily moving them around in the set grid until I was happy with these overall compositions. In the past, I've used a software called InDesign, which a few of you might know, to make these boards, and it can take a lot more time to experiment with as each image needs to be resized manually. I've really enjoyed getting to create mood boards within this software. It's super user-friendly and allows you to experiment with concepts as any type of image can be added to these boards, whether it's mood images, technical plans, drawings, furniture, or colour swatches. Next slide, please. And lastly, as shown by Cellina, one of my favourite features and the thing I've found most helpful in Programmer is the ability to create FF&E schedules. FF&E schedules are schedules that show all the items you're specifying within your design. These include information such as the item, the product brand, cost, and suppliers. Again, creating FF&E schedules is something I do daily within my job, and it is a very important skill to learn as these are required for every project. At ISCD, the teachers provide the students with great resources to ensure students are equipped with learning real industry skills, such as understanding how to produce these schedules. FF&E schedules is a task that is very time-consuming, as most scheduling is done in Microsoft Excel. This becomes very hard to format and make the schedules look aesthetic. With Programmer, you can open the schedule template within the software, and it provides all the criteria for each product to fill in. As Cellina showed, you can also format the images so they are all the same size, keeping the schedule clean, consistent, and easily readable. And as you can see from the images, it creates a really beautiful schedule that you can share with clients and add to assessments. So overall, I've found Programmer such an easy and enjoyable program to learn. It has significantly contributed to improving my assignments and my workflow. So I hope this gives you a bit of an idea of what you get to create and experiment with at ISCD. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Elinore. That was lovely. Really beautiful work and great explanations there. All right, so we're almost at the end of the presentation, everyone. We just have a couple more things to note. So we have mentioned a lot of things about courses and the programs as well. If you have any questions, me and Bianca are more than happy to reach out and provide more information, answer any questions you may have. This is our contacts here. Just give us a call or email. And we do actually hold these information sessions on a monthly basis, and they change each time. We'll have different students, different alumni. We have introduced different programs. We have webinars. So check out the next one on May 16th, which is a Thursday lunchtime slot. There's a QR code there, but it's also on our website under events. And if you would love to start straight away, please don't hesitate to go to our website, iscd.edu.au. You can apply through an online application form, and it'll give you a prompt to also hand in your design ethos statement there and provide some photo ID. The intakes are weekly, so we accept new students every Monday of the week. So if you want to start next Monday, we have plenty of spots available. And it's a good idea to follow us on social media. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest to have a look at student works and any updates on the information sessions, as well as we have a newsletter that goes out once a month, the Design FX newsletter. So you can join our mailing list to get that. So I'm sure there's a lot of questions as we've had two wonderful guests here. So I'm going to actually stop my screen and invite Cellina and Elinore and also Lee back on for question time. So don't be shy, everyone. Keep the questions coming. I'll ask Lee to ask the questions and assign them to the specific person.
Yeah, for sure. And there were quite a lot. So hopefully we get to get some, quick, concise answers to all of them. If we miss out on answering your question, you'll be sent some correspondence from us with an answer to your question post-webinar, okay? But we have heard them all and they're great questions. Okay, so to start with, I'm just going to sprinkle them amongst you, okay? Because otherwise, yeah, I think it's a bit more interesting that way, right? So let's see. Cellina, this one's actually from me. I'm putting my question first, but I think that a lot of people will want to know. How long would you say that it takes to become fairly proficient with using Programmer?
Look, I think it's fairly quick depending on what aspects of the platform you're trying to use. It's very, very broad. It has project management tools and all sorts of different aspects to it. But if you just wanted to create a project, start adding items with the web clipper, create a pinboard presentation, you could do that in as little as a day. You don't really need any technical expertise to do that at all. And we've got an amazing help centre and 24-hour live chat coverage for any little tricky situations that might happen.
That's brilliant. Wow. Yeah. So you never kind of feel like you're out there with no answers. That's awesome. That sounds like great support. For you, Elinore, from Madison, thank you for your question, Madison. Madison asks, what is your favourite part of the course so far? Which I thought is a great question, seeing as you're the one doing it at the moment. And yeah, using Programmer, but also doing the course, which we're here to talk about. So what is your favourite part?
Yeah, thanks, Madison. So I think probably my favorite part is probably the range of assessments that you get. So they're all really different, which I think has really expanded my knowledge across the field of interior design. So you get to experiment with, residential projects, commercial projects. So yeah, I think it's really expanded my knowledge across the board.
Nice, thank you. So Charlotte, a question for you from Andrea. I hope I've said that correctly. Some people like Andrea, I'm not sure. Anyway, the question from Andrea is, being self-paced, does this mean that you could complete the course in less than 18 months?
Yes, you can. That's a good question, Andrea. It is an 18-month course, and we do recommend 12 to 15 or 12 to 16 hours per week to get through it, but you can fast track it. So if you spend, say, 20 hours a week, you can definitely get it done sooner. We can just give you access to the next subject. Absolutely.
Awesome. Cellina, for you from B, what does FF and E mean?
Well, it's all about your furniture and fittings, etc. But depending on, how you want to present it, I find with residential clients, they don't have any idea what FF&E means. They want you to say furniture and decor, for instance, because that makes more sense to them. But on commercial projects, I would definitely, or hospitality projects, I'd probably generally use that industry FF&E standard. But up to you. You can call them whatever you would like.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, Charlotte, back to you. This one's from Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. Vivian says, or asks, I should say, if I already have design software, the Creative Cloud Suite, for example, does that go towards any discount on the overall fee for the course?
That's a good question. It depends if you have industry experience. So we would have a look. I'd like to have a little chat with you after this call. Maybe I can give you a call tomorrow. So if you've got industry experience as a designer, use that program, or if you've already got it on your computer, maybe we can talk about giving you a discount. So yeah, let's have a chat about that a bit further.
Great. And for you, Elinore, this one's from Charlotte. How much do you use Programmer in the diploma course? And how much do you use it now in your job? And is it hard to learn?
So I've pretty much used it for every assessment so far since learning it. So it's been really great to put into all my assessments. So they're really consistent. And then at the end, I've got a beautiful portfolio. Currently at my work, we don't use it at the moment, but we are looking into getting it, as a lot of architecture firms around Newcastle are also starting to use it. So I think because we're more architecture based, we don't do as many schedules, but now we're getting into a bit more interiors. They are looking into it.
Okay, thank you. Charlotte, Tara has a double question, a double whammy. The first part of it, I'm considering the diploma course offered by TAFE or the ISCD diploma. What does the ISCD course offer over the TAFE one?
Great. Thank you so much. That's a good question. So with TAFE, as you know, there's a whole gamut of courses there. With ICD, it's a specialized course, and it's highly specialized, and it makes you job ready. It's very relevant, and we actually update our course regularly. So the course that we've just presented actually was designed in August. So it was actually revamped, and so that with a small, tight-knit community, all the teachers know you by name. They'll be able to help you out, and it's highly practical too. So all the assessments work towards a portfolio, whereas perhaps at TAFE it's more theory based and not as relevant. Maybe some of the software is a bit outdated. They don't have the resources or the expertise from the educators. So I would also check as well, like how many industry connections they have, if there's any internship opportunities, do a bit of research there. But ultimately, it's up to you. We can have a chat after this about, what your needs are, because if you want face-to-face, for example, TAFE does offer that, whereas we don't. So it really is about your learning style. And whether TAFE does self-paced or not, that's something that we offer as well, that flexibility of regular intakes as well as that self-paced, flexible learning style.
That's really interesting. Scott has just posted in the chat. He's posted to host some panelists, so I'll just read it out. But it's a really good point. He said that he looked at TAFE and found it very targeted to school leavers, which is a fair comment, yeah? So we can have a huge demographic in our course of people who are in their, 20s, 30s, right? We have school leavers, but it's not, the majority, is it, Charlotte?
No, like the biggest demographic is middle-aged women, I would say, like 30s, 40s, 50s, who are mothers. And thank you, Scott. You're enrolled, so you're you're a standalone guy there, but welcome. But yeah, so generally we have people who are working full-time, who are sort of juggling family and so forth. So that's the general demographic, and those who are changing careers, right, with no experience beforehand.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it's a course for everyone really, which is awesome. So we have a couple more questions for Charlotte. Tara also asks if she needs an extension for a unit or assignment, what is the process? Do I need to buy an extension?
Generally not. So if you communicate with your educator that, life happens, right? So if you need a bit of time, an extra week or a few days, it should be fine. Just communicate with your educator. What was your experience, Elinore? Have you ever applied for an extension, or have you discussed that with an educator? What was your experience actually?
Yeah, I actually did go away on holidays for 6 weeks. So I did have to get an extension for one of my assignments. So yeah, that was just an email process, and that was all fine, and was able to submit it when I got back. So
Oh, thanks for
great.
confirming.
Yeah, it sounds nice and clear and easy to deal with then. That's good. So Charlotte, Gregana has 2 questions. The first one, are all currencies available in the program, BGN, for example?
I think that might be for me. So yes, is Bulgaria available as a country in your settings in Programmer? Yes, it is, and your correct currency and units of measurement.
Thank you so much for that, Cellina, because when I saw the question, I was like, I don't think I really understand.
I do. I get that question a lot.
That's amazing. Wow. Program is
Yeah, I'm
brilliant.
so glad that was like that you were fluent in understanding that language, because I was like, what? I was thinking about money. Like, okay. So I'm glad that we have that one answered. The other part of Gregana's question, this one is for Charlotte. How long will we have access to the course materials after completing the course successfully?
Well, only while you do the course, while you're a student, you'll have access. So once you graduate, you will be removed from Canvas, which is the online learning platform. So I would probably suggest like taking notes, downloading the course material, just doing screenshots and that kind of thing, like have really detailed notes if you wanted to like revise it afterwards.
This concludes our question and answer session. We've just finished it really neatly. Oh, there's one more. Can we do it?
Yeah, that's fine.
We've got 2. Vivian is asking, sorry, just a final quick one. Do we have access to supplier discounts through the course?
Supplier discounts, you mean? So if you were to get like, say, timber offcuts and things like that, if there's a discount for that, is that what you mean, Vivian?
Maybe trade pricing.
Oh, yes.
Pricing?
Trade pricing. Oh, you're right, Cellina. Yeah. I think it's more when you become an interior designer, you can get all those discounts and things like that. So I'm not sure during the course. You do get student access to the software, so that's all student pricing. That's all included. But yeah, I'm pretty sure once you become a designer, you can get all those like wholesale price and trade pricing.
I think once you've got an ABN and a website set up and some social media presence, it's quite easy to apply for trade and wholesale pricing with suppliers.
Thanks, Selena. That's good. Excellent.
Nice.
All right. Any other questions or good to go? Yeah.
And thank you everybody for putting up with my puppy's wild tirade.
No, it's absolutely fine. And thank you so much, Cellina, for that great presentation, and Elinore for jumping in and expressing your experience with Programmer as a student here. And thanks, Lee, again for your amazing, whip on the live chat there. It was lovely to have you all here tonight. And if you want to have a look again, this is all recorded and will be sent to your inbox, so you can have another look and refresh. So have a wonderful night, everyone. Enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back in a month. So see you later.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.